little Georgia peach from Decatur, where it's greater. East side chick, she ain't never been a hater. A boss and a baddie, yeah, she ain't your average. She do her makeup thing, call that a MUA.
Hello you guys, welcome back to the Pink Playhouse. My name is Paris Monet and I am the CEO of the Pink Playhouse and the Pink Playhouse Cosmetics, and we are a beauty and wellness brand dedicated to empowering women through the art of makeup, beauty education, and women empowerment. And so today's tutorial is going to be super fun, super easy. I've actually been wanting to do this for a while on camera, and I've just been like getting my nerves together by being on camera, so I'm super excited for y'all to see this beautiful, elegant, natural glam look. So when I say this is gonna be very natural, I mean very natural, and I cannot wait for y'all to see the techniques and what we're doing today. This look here is gonna be useful for definitely my youth, my adolescents, of course, women who are afraid of makeup, don't want to do too much, just want a little enhancement, the girls who love looking natural, like you want to look like yourself, okay? You just have on makeup, but you don't really want to change too much. You might just want to brighten underneath your eye, you know, just enhance your features, but you don't want to look like you packed on the makeup, and just for like work and little things like that, okay? So I'm super excited about this look, so let's get into it. So I already went on ahead and I did my brows, and I've also primed my skin off of makeup. So I went on ahead and used my Eat Today moisturizer that's on my Instagram page, as well as in my link in my bio. And then I went in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer for my primer. And so now we're about to get into the base. All right, so if you didn't know, I currently do not wear any foundation. I haven't worn foundation in about a year and a half now. I don't need it, and that's why it's really important to make sure you take care of your skin so that you don't need makeup products. You wear them because you want to, but it's not a necessity in order to achieve the look that you want to achieve. So because I don't wear foundation, we're going to go ahead and jump right into concealer, and we're going to conceal right underneath our eyes. So because I'm out of my actual concealer shade, I have been mixing my concealers. Now, I always encourage you to play with your makeup and have fun, especially if you know how. But if you're unsure about how to mix shades, make sure that you're just wearing your correct concealer shade. When it comes to me, you can always book me for a one-on-one. We can go shopping, we can get you the products that you need. That's actually included in one of the classes that you can book, but I also do that by itself as well. Most people want to go shopping, get the list, and then do the class as well, so you can. But today we'll be going in with our Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. I love this concealer here. I believe they're only like $15, and they last a really long time. So let's conceal underneath our eyes. So I'm going in the shade 21P. I don't have a peach undertone, but I can get away with this concealer when I mix it. So this is going to be my lighter shade, and then I'm going to mix it in with the shade 33Y, which is a yellow undertone. I try to just stick with neutral undertones, but I have a bunch of products, so I can play around like this. So this is our darker shade. I'm going to use more of the light than the dark, just because I want it more brighter. I'm typically really good at just eyeballing how to color, how to mix my shades, my foundations, and all that. Like, I'm so good at it at this point. I love it. So now we're just gonna mix these two colors together to create our under eye shade. And I also do this to clean up my brows as well. So you see that? Now when it comes to concealer, especially underneath your eyes, you would want to preferably use a shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than you, right? And that's for a natural look. Now if you want to go high glam, drama, elevate your look, definitely go 3 to 4 shades lighter. I've even gone about 6 shades lighter right in the inner corner of my eyes. That's something that I like to do just to brighten up right there. And I'm probably going to do it today, so we'll get into that. So I'm just going to mix these colors together on the back of my hand, and I like to use a flat brush to mix and to apply my concealer. So now we're just going to apply this concealer right underneath our eyes. So how concealer works is you want to apply concealer where the sun reflects, right? So you want to do the end where you want to brighten and control your tone, okay? So right underneath the eyes, we're going to brighten, we're going to lift the eyes, we're going to color correct, we're going to hide the bags, right? down the right here, sorry y'all, forehead area. This is where the sun is going to peak the most, so you want it right there. Down the bridge of our nose is where the sun is going to peak. Even your cupid's bow, if you want to highlight there. And then your chin, depending on your face shape, you want to protrude your chin and give it some structure there, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and conceal our eye. So I like to just start in the inner corner and bring it down and bring it out and then bring it up, just like that. And depending on the look you want to achieve, depends on how much concealer, how far down you want to bring it. I, as a professional artist, will tell you to always start with less and apply more as you need it, because it's easy to add more. It can become kind of challenging to take away product, okay? So I like to start right up in here, really, because I'm only concealing my bags area, right? And then the product is going to move as well anyway, so you don't necessarily need to conceal all the way down here. You don't have to do that, okay? Like, and I love using minimal product, okay? Like, these products ain't cheap all the time, so don't just go wasting them. So we concealed here. So now we're gonna conceal down the sides of our nose. Now just bring that out, just like that. And kind of blend out my edges. Same thing on this side, bringing the product over the nose. Just blending out the harsh line here to make it just kind of even. Like, I kind of want it to like flow like that. I don't need it all the way down here, okay? And then because I have redness here, I'm going to just swipe right there, okay? Again, the product is going to move, so we don't have to add too much product. We're going to allow our tools to do the work for us. So now let's hit our forehead. You're gonna do your forehead in a V shape, and then you're just gonna bring it down the bridge of your nose. Take your time. If you don't have a steady, straight hand, don't rush, okay? Makeup should be therapeutic anyways, okay? Don't rush if you don't have to. And then my chin, I just do like a little small swipe right there. Nothing too much, especially because I don't technically wear any makeup down here, so it is gonna be a little different. I don't want it to be noticeably different. You know what I'm saying? Drinking my little blue cloud matcha. I suppose I made this to put my chlorophyll from Black Girl Vitamins. And I forgot to drop my chlorophyll in there, so I gotta make me a whole nother drink or something later on so I can get my chlorophyll in me. And speaking of my Black Girl Vitamins discount, don't forget, you can shop at Black Girl Vitamins, blackgirlvitamins.com, and use code Paris BGV for 20% off your order, okay? So now we're gonna go in with our wet beauty blender, okay? And it's very important that you use a damp sponge, okay? So wet it up real good. Squeeze out all the water. No water should come out after you're done squeezing, okay? And it's gonna become soft and a little bigger. So here's a dry one. So you see how it expands as you wet it? And then this is very firm, this is very soft, okay? This is what you want to use. I see women using hard beauty blenders. You're not blending your makeup properly. I don't even understand how it's working, but to each his own. But this is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to be using, okay? Soft, damp beauty blender. All right, so I like to take this little corner tip here to blend out underneath my eyes. So let's just blend, okay? And then another thing I didn't tell y'all because we were talking, so I was doing it anyways. I like to let my concealer sit underneath my eyes for about 20 seconds minimal. Sometimes I'll use a fan. And this is going to dry down the concealer a little bit. And what that does is, one, it helps the product not move as much, so you have more control over the product. But it also makes the product very pigmented as it blends because it's not moving as much. So you really can maximize your product by letting it dry down first. I'm just gonna blend, and as you can tell, I'm just pressing this beauty blender right into my skin where the product is. If I want to move the product like this here, right, it's hard. What I like to do is move this product into the eye, right? So I'm going to literally move the product and blend it, soften it up, right? This part I also like to just go over my eyes. This is how I prime my eyelids for my eyeshadow, and as well as make my eyes one even shade, which is important because there are times where I was just concealing underneath my eyes, and you know, there's a contrast there, and you know, it looks better when everything is like one color for the most part, you know. So I just like to do that. Plus, again, we're priming our lids. Now you see I'm just tapping. If you have any questions, if I'm missing anything, you know, make sure you leave a comment, send me a DM. Y'all know I love sharing knowledge. As I'm like doing this, sometimes I can miss something. And I really want you to do great on your makeup journey, okay? So this is blending. Very simple, right? So y'all see I've just blended all of that with the tip of my sponge. Okay, so I want the inner corner of my eyes just a little brighter, so I'm going in with my Sephora Best Skin Ever. This is gonna be in the shade 03P. See, we went from like, because I'm gonna actually mix it with the shade 21. No, I'm not mixing with anything. But we went from 21Y, we went from 21P to 33.5Y. And now we're at 03, okay, P. So I'm just going to, I have product on my hand already, so I dropped this lightest one on here, and then I'm going to blend that in together. When I say I don't waste product, I literally mean I don't waste product. So here I am, just going to mix this in together, just to make it a little warmer because it's super light. I don't want it that light. All right, and then I'm just gonna apply that right here in the inner corner. You can see that's a pretty brightness, but it's still a natural brightness, which is what I want, something a little bright. Perfect. Now, while this is drying, setting down like I just told y'all before we do it, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. Now, I am contouring with a bronzing powder. One thing about me, I'm going to maximize makeup, and makeup has multiple purposes. I don't bronze for real. I don't even really bronze my clients. The only clients that I bronze are like my super light clients. I'll warm them up, especially in the summertime, because I just feel like it's appropriate. But brown people, I don't feel like I need to bronze this too much. Like, I put more emphasis in the cheeks than the contour and the bronzer and the structure of the bones. Like, I'm here to brighten and elevate. So I'm going to use my iconic bronzing powder to contour. So I'm just taking this brush here. It is a fluffy contour brush. I'm going to tap the brush into the product. Tap off any excess product. This step is very important, you all. This step is very important when using any product that has powder, okay? All right, so now, in order to contour, you want to contour your jaw, right? And the whole point in contour is, one, to bring dimension back into your face, give you structure, and really emphasize your cheekbones, your jawline, your nose, and things like that, right? So this is going to be different for everyone depending on your face shape and your desire, okay? Me, I want to, technically my jawline, my cheekbones are like here because you can see it, right? But I want to elevate that and I want to bring it a little more up, right? So I'm going to follow rule of thumb, start at the corner of your ear at the top where, I don't know if this is gone, but that's how I like to start. Bring it out, and then depending on the face shape, it's where I end it, how I curve it, how I bring it down, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, circular motions, moving that product where I want it, and then bringing it up and around the temples. Okay, I literally lost storage in the middle of recording, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all I had to go ahead and blend out my concealer that was here, because after a while, if it dry down too much, it won't move at all. So all I did was just some quick taps here, only moving the product right up in this area, not anywhere further or anywhere further down, okay? Let's get back into the contour. So, back into our iconic London. I was on my cheeks. I was trying to contour my cheeks and contour my temples, and I was telling y'all that you're also going to contour down the bridge, the side of your nose, okay? So, just gonna blend this out in circular motions. To contour down the bridge of our nose, we're gonna go in with this little fluffy brush right here. I'm gonna tap this in and then just blend the sides of my nose down, okay? So I like to start right here, bring it down. I'm kind of like, I like to say I'm like outlining this, and then I'm gonna blend it out. And then I like to bring it back up, and I like to cup it into my brow, blend it into my brow, right? So I just drew the line kind of how I want it, lightly. Same thing over here. I just start right up in this area, bring it down. I'm following my nose shape. That's why I like to start here, because this is where it's like starting to form. Bring it down, blend this into my eyebrow, and then I like to blend outwards. So let's blend this all together now, okay? So, and I like to blend in a circular motion. Take it up and blend it around here. And I feel like when you do it this way, there are like no lines of demarcation. So everything looks a little more natural versus like, oh, she's wearing contour, you know? And then we're just blending out. So it's not just like a harsh line anywhere. And that's it. So now it's time to set. We're gonna set with our Airspun setting powder and a translucent, well, this is called naturally neutral, but this is a translucent setting powder. Before we set, I'm just gonna go back in with my beauty blender and make sure I blend out any lines, because that's the thing about setting. Setting is setting. So whatever you set is stuck like that. You don't want to set your face with lines and creases everywhere. That's not gonna look good. So I'm just gonna blend everything back out really quickly before we blend. Now, you can do this in two ways. I used to apply my powder with a brush first and then go on top with a sponge, but I love just like getting my makeup on and off. And even with my clients, like, I have to be quick. I don't really have the luxury of being able to have 2-hour appointments with my clients. Like, they need to be in and out. It's like 45 minutes really. Like, I have to get these clients out of here. So I've learned techniques that cause you to like move quicker. So now we're just going to go in with our puffer, and we're going to tap inside the product. I like to put my powder right inside of the lid, and then dust off the excess powder, right? Now we're going to take this and we're going to press this. What I love about this puffer is the triangles. So just like the beauty blender, it fits right in the crease of your eyes for a seamless set. And then right on top as well, anywhere where you apply a cream or a liquid product, you typically want to set unless you're going for a dewy look. So we just put this right back in, knocking off the excess powder, and we're going to press this into the skin. Notice I'm just pressing, I'm not swiping. I am blotting, if you will, and pressing this powder into the skin and moving it where I want it. Going back in for some more. I'm gonna do my forehead, down the bridge of my nose as well. Here, I'm gonna set my nose area so that there's no creasing. I can't stand there. That happens right underneath, okay? The fun part. Let's get into another fun part. So, another fun thing that I love to do with setting powder is actually like really structure my face. So we're going to clean up this contour. See how this contour is kind of like, it's just kind of here, right? We want it sharp. That is the goal. So I'm going to press my puffer right into the powder, only the corner. You don't need this flat part, you need this edge, right? And you're gonna do this for 2 different parts. So we're going to apply this. Again, I'm gonna start here, right at the top of where that ear, I don't know what that's called. What is that piercing? If I had a pierce, I don't know, I don't know. And we're going to just draw a straight line, cleaning up that contour. And that's how I want my contour. And all I do is bring it down just a little bit. Like that. Ain't that cool? I love that. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. Y'all gotta see my AirPod. I lost a little piece for my mic, so the AirPod works better than my actual phone. So we're going to start at the top corner of our ear and drag it over like so, like that. And then that's another thing. I always want to make sure they're even too, okay? So I'm going to add more powder on this side and lift it up some more. Everything is even. I just try your best to make your face symmetrical, okay? Like, naturally our faces are not. So it's okay if everything is not 100% perfect, but you want everything to be as symmetrical as possible, okay? Just like that. And now we're gonna do the bridge of our nose, so same thing. Just putting product on the edge and I'm gonna swipe it down. Clean lines, just like that, right? Same thing on the other side. I probably don't need to add more powder, so I just flip this over. Yep. Same thing right on the side of my nose. Bringing it down and over. And boom. We're creating structure. So while this is sitting or baking as you will, we're gonna go ahead and hit our blush. So I'm going in with this Give. This is in Feeling Cheeky. This is Gwen Stefani's line, okay? And I love this blush here. She's so soft, very soft. Very natural, which I love because you can get into some pinks now when it comes to the blush, but this is very soft and natural. The bottom is matte, the top is shimmery, but I like to use the bottom, tapping out that excess product. Now we're gonna smile. I tell all my clients smile. So before we smile, let's talk about this really quickly. We can smile and our face lifts, right? So look at my cheekbones, they're like right up in here, right? But then when they fall, my cheekbones stay. A lot of other people's cheekbones are here. When you stop smiling, they fall. Your cheekbones are here. That is something to be mindful of, okay? That is something to be mindful of. If you're working on clients, be mindful of if you're working on yourself, okay? Pay attention to the face structure so that you are not applying product, and then once you realize that they're resting, which a lot of people will be resting, you're gonna rest at some point. Even if you're a big smiler, you don't want the blush to be all down here on their cheeks. You want it up here and you want it to lift their face. So be mindful about that. Now, as far as I go, I actually have the luxury of being able to smile and see where I'm placing that blush and leave it right there. But at the same time, I focus right up in this area, okay? Right up in here, lifting. This is lifting your face as well. So we're gonna smile. I like to press the product in. I like to press my blush in and kind of move it like that. Then I might blend out in circular motion. I really didn't mean for it to get up here, but that's okay. Same thing on the other side, tapping out the excess product, smiling, placing that product right on my cheekbones and focusing on it like right underneath my eyes. So the blush meets the concealer underneath your eyes. But don't just, like, look how it just wakes your face up. So beautiful, so freaking beautiful. I love that. Sometimes I even put it on my nose, and I actually think I might, wasn't supposed to be a part of the video, but I just might because it's so pretty. And I love being pretty and doing pretty things. So I don't bake for long at all, so we can go ahead and jump right into our setting spray. I am using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is what I use on myself. When it comes to my clients, this is not a drugstore product that I would use on them. I like to stick with Charlotte Tilbury and One Size. But for myself, I love this product. I think it's amazing. I honestly love it. I don't have any complaints. It's just because my clients do invest in me when they hire me, I make sure that I invest in them and I give them like high quality grade products and products that I know will work for them no matter what. This, I don't know. I know it works for me. My face be stuck like glue. I just have to make sure I have something that's like comparable for every single one of my clients. I'm just gonna give this a good shake and we're gonna spray. You don't want to spray too close up. A good distance, like I don't know how many, maybe like a good like at least 12 inches, maybe even further from the face, okay? I just kind of like go out, like how far my hand can go out. It makes sense. That's kind of what I do. Now, I know common sense ain't common for everybody, but you know, I just don't be spraying too close up in your face. And then don't spray too far where you can't actually get any mist on your face. So let's spray. I like to move in circular motions. You can do X, you can do T's, you can do M's. Just need to move your hand, okay? Move it around town. I like to let it dry down a little bit. My fan is about to die. So let's see if I need to put it on the charger. It's drying down a bit. I like to let it dry down just till it's like not as cold with the air as it first was, and then go ahead and set with my beauty. So going back in my beauty blender, this time I like to use the bottom side to press all of these products in together. So what we're doing is pressing the powder into our skin, making sure everything is blended everywhere. Everywhere we're going to blend. And that's it. Oh, did we blend out? We didn't blend out here earlier. My bad, y'all. Was y'all gonna tell me? I was so distraught by losing storage. Like, oh my God, it's so annoying. It's like, God, it's always something. There we have that. So let's elevate this look a little bit. Let's go in with our NYX. This is a roll-on shimmer for your eyes, face, and body. And this is in the shade Riz 12 Platinum. I don't know if they still sell these. I've had this forever. I had this from when I was working at Target as a beauty consultant. It lasts forever. And I love it so much because it's so pigmented. So I like to apply this right where I would apply highlighter, okay? So right on the cheeks, and do not be afraid right now, y'all. Don't be afraid. This is gonna blend out so stinking pretty. I'm gonna do the tip of my nose, a little bit on the bridge, just a slight bit. I like to do something right above my eyebrow. It's kind of like my signature thing, and then one right there. You could highlight your cupid's bow if you want to. I kind of don't do that as much as I used to when I was younger, but yeah, so now we're just gonna go in with a fluffy brush, and we're going to pretty much dust this product. Actually, like, you can dust it. This is dusting. So as you see, it's like kind of like wiping, smearing, spreading the product, or you could tap the product, tap and move it. So I like doing both. Like, I kind of play because it's a lot, but it blends out very well. So I like to just kind of like just blend. Whatever I gotta do to blend. Sometimes I use my fingers, move that product around where I want it. And that's why I stick it in one little small area, but then I'm able to like move it around. So it like highlights all over my upper cheek area. So no real science here, just blend how you're comfortable to what you like. But yeah, I typically use my fingers. I use both. Like stuff like this, when I use mine. I use both, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I naturally just use both. They both go hand in hand together. Bring it up. It's so beautiful. And then just a little swipe right here. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, we're going to keep this. I'm itching to put some eyeshadow on. I'm so itching. But I want to leave this as natural as possible. Okay, so no eyeshadow today. But don't forget that you can purchase your Pink Playhouse Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes directly from my website, thepinkplayhouse.store, as well as we're on Amazon.com. Big ups, big ups. Make sure you support us. I pay a monthly bill on there. So, you know, help your girl out. We got real bills, okay? But yeah, you can purchase these right from there. They're very beautiful. I'll show you. This is the Natural Glam palette right here, coming with these beautiful 12 shades. This one comes with 18 beautiful bright shades, sultry glam palette. So I'm gonna skip out. It's hard. I'm gonna skip out on foundation. On eyeshadow and jump right into my mascara. This is going to be the Milk Kush mascara, and I'm just going to apply this. I'm not doing lashes today. I'm trying to keep this as natural as possible. And I'm excited. I'm going to a clothing swap today. So I'm kind of excited to see like if I get any compliments on this look, because it'll be so freaking natural. Because of course people love, like, you know, when you're like high glam and pretty, but I'm excited to see if people are like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I'm like, really, with no lashes? Thanks so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, just a good amount of mascara. I want to build volume and length because I'm not applying falsies today. What cutie. I'm just gonna do the other eye here. When does the Michael Jackson come out? I'm not going, but I'm excited for everyone who is. Y'all put them fits on now, okay? Y'all put them fits on. Don't show up in there with your basketball shorts and a t-shirt. Y'all put some sparkly pants on and a leather jacket, some red up in there, you know, some gold. Do one of his album covers. If I was going, I'm dressing like one of the music videos. Probably one of my favorite music videos is Do You Remember the Time? So I'll probably be going as like some African princess if I was to go. All right, so we've applied our mascara to the top. Let's do the bottom. So for my bottom, I'm actually going to use my travel size Lancome mascara. And choosing mascara is really important, yo, because, bro, these things can bleed. So I only use good mascaras because I've experienced mascaras that bleed, and next thing you know, you're looking like a raccoon all damn day. I don't want that. And I'm actually thinking I might do another layer of mascara. Let me see if it dries down or not. Because if you can catch it before it dries down too much, you can increase your volume by applying like a second coat of mascara. So pretty. All right, so I'm gonna see about applying the second coat. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, it kind of dried down already. Okay, I like a fast drying. Yeah, this is, yeah, dried down already. I'm gonna try this side. Okay, this side not as dry, so we're able to maneuver. You know, yeah, it just helps bring more life to the eyes. Okay, so we actually are going to go in with the Pink Playhouse Cosmetics Natural Glam Palette, and I am going to go in with this brown shade here and apply that right underneath my eyes on my waterline. I only do this because I feel like it kind of like wakes my eyes up a little bit more. So I'm just going to apply it at the bottom on the outer edge. Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I need that dimension. Yep, just like that. Now, let's get into something else. Let's go back in with our NYX, and we're going to apply some right in the inner corner. I'm using a smudge brush because it fits right in the inner corner. And I'm just going to press that in like so. On this side too. Yeah, listen, I can't do too plain now. Like, natural don't have to be boring, okay? Natural does not mean boring. Let's get into the lips. Now, if you don't know, your girl lines her lips with the Pink Playhouse Cosmetics Natural Glam Palette. So we're just gonna go in, because we're staying natural, I'm going with this lighter brown here. I'm going in with a flat, like a concealer or a lip brush. I think this is a lip brush, but you can use either or. And I'm going to outline my lips. You see how pigmented this liner is? Like, well, the eyeshadow is. Bring that down. Really trouble the shape I want. Perfect. So now we're just gonna go in with our Mary Kay lipstick, and this is in the shade Mauve Moment. So that's really cute for the natural look. The cute pink. Press it in together, like so, like that. Now, no look is ever complete without the Pink Playhouse Cosmetics Dewy Kisses, and this is gonna be in shade Champagne Kisses. It's my favorite shade because I'm a nude girly. I'm gonna apply that right in the center, just like that. and apply that on top of that pink. Oh, that really emphasized the pink color too, because I felt like it wasn't strong enough. I like that a lot. Added some more color to it. All right, boom. I'm telling you, like, it's that simple. That simple. The pinkplayhouse.store. We're not on Amazon.com yet, but the pinkplayhouse.store. Now we're gonna clean our lips up. I love defining my lip shape, so what I'm going to do is, I don't wipe up off the concealer. Usually I would use the concealer on the back of my hand. I don't think it's enough, but we'll try, because a little goes a long way anyways to clean it up. Yeah. And then we're gonna blend that out. And I love doing this stuff because it really just defines your lips. Like, to me, it makes them look more fuller, more even and defined. It's just a better overall appearance of the lip shape, in my opinion. When you one, use a liner, and then as well as clean it up. Perfect. I love it. Y'all. Okay. Let's look at final details. Okay, so for the final touches, I'm gonna clean up my brows. I see like a little product got gone away as we were blending, so I'm just gonna add that back in with my micro brow pencil. This is from, I think, LA Girl, I'm sorry. This is from LA Girl, right from the beauty supply store. This is a super cheap pencil. One of the cheapest pencils I've ever had to purchase in my life, and I love that because, baby, I have definitely spent $30 on a brow pencil before. So I'm gonna fill that in. I'm thinking everything else looks really good. I'm satisfied. I personally, once we get off camera, I'm definitely gonna add some beauty marks, but because I wanna keep this look natural, we're gonna leave it like this. So let's actually get into the look, dissect the look. All right, you all, so I love how natural this is. I feel so beautiful. I feel like accomplished, like I can take over the world, and I feel like I look like myself. I don't feel like I did too much. I feel very appropriate for all kind of different spaces in the daytime. My favorite thing about this look, honestly, is a highlighter. Like, I can never get over this highlighter, like how beautiful it is. And the blush, of course. The lips are always gonna eat, the brows are always gonna eat. And I even love, like, without having to apply any false lashes, like how beautiful my eyes look just with the mascara. So this is so easy, and I promise you, so this look only takes about, for real, in real time, this look only takes about 25 to 30 minutes. The longest part would be drawing your eyebrows, because thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something today. I hope you apply some of these techniques, and this boosts your confidence when applying makeup, especially just for on the go, things like that. If you apply this, if you try these looks, make sure that you tag me. Let me know. I want to see your beautiful looks. Make sure that you purchase the palettes and the lip glosses from the pinkplayhouse.store, and then definitely tag me in your looks. I love seeing how creative you all get with your products. Make sure that you like this video, comment, leave some love, subscribe to the channel. We're continuing to grow, educate, post events, just everything that the mission of the Pink Playhouse is, and I want you all to be a part of that. Super excited. Make sure you head over to my Instagram, where I'm most active, at Beat by Paris. This is where I host all of my specials and deals, community tips, and things like that, and I definitely need to be there. Love y'all so much. I'll see you in the next one.